Hello friends, welcome to my channel Home Care. I hope everybody is doing fine. So in this today's video we will be talking about how to transplant the cosmos seedlings. As you can see, my seedlings has become tall enough to be transplanted, and if I get too late the seedling will die off due to lack of space. So these are my beautiful small seedlings, and these are some unwanted weeds that grew along with my seedlings, and I did not separate because the seedlings were dense initially, and I didn't want to lose any seedling coming out with these unwanted weeds. So you can see some of my seedlings has died and they damp off because I was not at home, I was out of town, and when I came back out I found that some of the seedlings died due to the lack of moisture content in the soil. So for the potting mix I am taking 40% of compost, 40% of garden soil, 10% of coco peat and 10% of sand. But if you are living in a place where there is a lot of scorching sunlight, where the temperature rises very high and summers becomes too difficult to survive for the plant, then you can use equal amount of coco peat, compost and garden soil. That is 30% you will take your garden soil, 30% you will take your compost and 30% you will take your coco peat. And after mixing them all together, just add 10% of sand for making the soil well drained, because cosmos plant doesn't like stagnant water. If water remains at the bottom, it will make the roots rot and the plants will eventually die. So in order to make your soil well draining, porous, you need to add the sand in the soil if your soil is not sandy in nature. Otherwise, if you are living in the places which has sandy soil, do not add the sand. So now we will be taking out by turning upside down the tray, and little bit you have to tap slowly, and you can see my seedlings, they have started to just bound their roots, and it is high time to transplant them. So slowly, as I am doing, you have to do the same. Slowly you have to just tear apart the soil and then dig a hole in the pot and just keep it in the soil. It is as that simple. Do not disturb the roots or do not keep the bare roots outside in air for long, otherwise the plant would not be able to survive. Slowly taking out the another one and just keeping it in the medium and just covering up with the soil. Little bit you have to press around the plant so that the air gaps are almost negligible and they are removed, because if there will be so many air gaps in the soil medium, then it would be difficult for the seedling to survive. You can see I have one calendula plant seedling also growing. I won't separate it because if I try to separate it, it would damage the root of my cosmos seedlings. So let this sow this also. And as you know that calendulas do not survive in hot winters in our area, so the plants would die by itself. I don't need to separate it now. Let it live for the time it can. Now same way I have kept few of my more seedlings. You need to, this is a 18-inch pot I suppose, and you need to plant 4 to 5 seedlings. You can plant in an 18-inch pot, 18 to 24-inch pot, or if you have some separate 12-inch pot, then you can separately sow each individual seedling into a one pot. As for the time being, I have just these two pots for cosmos seedlings, and I have to transplant some more seedlings, so I would be just managing these seedlings in these pots, and later on if I will need to transplant, I will retransplant them into a bigger pot. So for the time being, I am putting these 3 seedlings in 12-inch pot, and at the max you can sow 2 seedlings in 12-inch pot. Slowly we will keep this way as we did for the first seedling, and you have to fill properly. You can use the medium of the seedlings which they were growing in, or you can just use new soil as well. So press them nicely, and now you can see I have done the transplantation process. Now it's time to water the seedlings. For watering, you can use a shower hose or spray bottle initially, then later on you can put the water with the mug, or you can use a showering can or watering can as I have been doing, or I am using right now. This slowly delivers the water into the potting mix, so won't hurt your seedlings. Now as I have finished the transplantation process, if you are doing the same, and you would be definitely finished with it, so later on you have to keep your seedlings in a place away from direct sunlight, in a shady place, to let them go through the transplantation shock, and later on when the wilting of leaves is no more happening, you can bring them your seedlings to sunlight slowly. So I hope you liked my today's video. Please give it a thumbs up, share on your Facebook profile, and don't forget to like. Okay friends, bye. Thanks for watching the video. Please like, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe.